everybody? It's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. Lord Tremendous, that's me, of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Death Holy Death of the Dark Elves. That's right, it's my newest Dark Elf opponent. He's the one that actually taught me how to play the game years and years and years ago. And yeah, he is bringing it. His learning curve has been successfully beaten back by just his raw good at being at this game. So yeah. But without further ado, here is my army list. Same one from the last battle report, but in case you skipped it, I have a Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous, as my general. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's got Chaos Armor, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Soul Feeder, and Scaled Skin. Again, no wings and no magic levels. Yep, Mark Tzeentch. I know, you're confused. I got a Sorcerer Lord, Ashicus the Muse. He's a level 3 wizard with the Skullikatom and the Laura Shadow. Because really, I just wanted a level 3 with the Skullikatom. And it's cool to split up my magic and my combat characters so that if one goes down, the two phases aren't completely screwed. My hero choices are my Exalted Hero, Tardum, the Herald of Tzeentch. He's still got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's my BSB. He's on a Demonic Mount with a great weapon, Talisman of Preservation, and Third Eye of Tzeentch. I have an Exalted Hero, Lady Elizabeth, with the Mark of Tzeentch. She's on a Chaos Steed. She's got a shield, Sword of Change, Luckstone, and the Iron Curse icon. This way, her knights survive the warp or the bolt throwers. Last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Fune the Flame Warper. He's got the Mark of Tzeentch. He's a level 1 wizard. He's on a Disc of Tzeentch. He's got the Enchanted Shield, the Talisman of Protection, Chaos Familiar, and uses the Lore of Tzeentch. I really do like the Lore of Tzeentch. It's the Warp Flame ability. It's always exciting when something big fails its toughness check and takes D3 more wounds. So, like I said, I kind of like it. It's working for me. My core choices are 5 Warhounds, 5 Forsaken, those who roam, with the Mark of Slaanesh, 20 Chaos Warriors with Mark of Tzeentch, Full Command, Hand Weapon Shield, and Banner of Eternal Flame. And I gotta be honest, my Chaos Warriors are starting to fall out of favor. Yes, I am a fickle general, and I'm also kind of getting tired of them failing all the time. And then, of course, I have my Chariot, the Vessel of Change, with the Mark of Tzeentch. My special choice is the 5x Chaos Knights, Elizabeth's Honor Guard, with the Mark of Tzeentch and Sorcelled Weapons, Banner Musician, and the Blasted Standard. And my rare choice, the one, the only, the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list is as follows. He had a Dreadlord with heavy armor and a Sea Dragon Cloak, Enchanted Shield, Other Trickster Shard, Ogre Blade, and the Dawnstone. He had a Supreme Sorcerer, level 4 Wizard, Sacrificial Dagger, and the Laura Medal, because what's a Dark Elf if he doesn't kill his own guys during a war? His hero choices were a Death Hag and a Cauldron of Blood with the Cry of War and Witch Brew. He has a Master as his BSB with heavy armor, Sea Dragon Cloak, and a shield. And he has an Assassin with the extra hand weapon, Dark Venom, Manbane, and the Dragon Egg. The Black Dragon Egg, I apologize. And that is a badass item. I don't know why more Dark Elf players don't take it. His core choices were a unit of 20 Witch Elves with full command, 2 units of 5 Dark Riders with musicians, shields, and bows, 20 Bleak Swords that were naked because they're just power dice waiting to be used. His special choices were a unit of 25 Executioners with full command, 2 Bolt Throwers, and his rare choice was the Charybdis, or Kim the Kardashian, as we're beginning to call her, and 5 Doomfire Warlocks because they are also an awesome unit for Dark Elves to take. These are my spells, 3 from Shadow, 2 from Tzeentch, and 1 from the Mutalith, because he doesn't have a card, so I have to remind you. And these are his spells, 4 from Metal, 2 from, well, and then the 2 you get for being a Warlock. Here's deployment. As you can see, I set my knights, my Mutalith, and my demon prince kind of off to the left. Basically because I wasn't sure what to do about the Kardashian. The knights I thought could take them. The Mutalith was really just going to use the house as cover from his bolt throwers to try to hit up either his bleak swords or his executioners with his spell. With a little luck, I'd get the number 6 spell, but any toughness checks that they take would be good. The Demon Prince was going to go where needed. He's unbreakable, strength 6, Demon Blade. I wasn't sure if he was going after the Kardashian or the Executioners. The Chariot was there because he was going after Executioners. The dogs were trying to redirect the Executioners. The Bunker Marauders with Ashkiss are literally there to keep him alive. Meanwhile, everything on the right was just there to deal with everything on his left. So really, it was just going to be a lot of fun. Here's his right-ish flank, and I say ish because for the most part this is his center, kind of. There's his Kardashian right there, and his unit of Bleak Swords with his Supreme Sorceress in there. This is his center. Ignore the assassin, he's not in the army yet. Well, I mean, he's in the army, but you don't see him yet. That huge nasty brick right there is his Executioners with the Cauldron, his Death Hag, his General, and I believe his BSB. Yes, there's his BSB in our right corner there of that unit. There's a unit of witches right there, 2 Reaper bolt throwers. And on his left flank, he's got 2 units of Dark Riders in the front there, and right behind them are his unit of Warlocks. And Slaanesh calls for their souls. Here's top of turn 1 after movement, and as you can see, I didn't get to go first. Basically, everything comes up real cautiously. They are elves, they are enjoying murder, but they do not enjoy being stupid, so thundering forward 12 inches or 10 inches would have been a terrible idea. But they come up a little bit at least, that's better than nothing. During his magic phase, he cast Transmutational Lead on my BSB, and I'm all for it, I don't care. However, the reason I don't care is because apparently it was a miscast and I forgot. Sorry, I got a lot of games in my head. But he miscasts 8 and she ends up taking a wound. The Warlocks took some wounds too, but they were able to ward save all of them. But it does end his magic phase effectively, which is nice. During the shooting phase, his Dark Riders take careful aim at the Forsaken and drop 2 of them. Luckily, they're frenzied and couldn't care less. So here's bottom of 2 after movement, and I move much more passionately because that's who I am and that's what I do. As you can see, the dogs are up to redirect either the witches or the executioners. I didn't think of the Kardashian being over there behind the house. I know he's kind of hard to see, but he is back there. Meanwhile, my disc rider, he flies right up there because he's going to get hard cover, more than likely, from the bolt throwers. If the bolt throwers move, then he's going to easily be able to charge in there and get a hold of one of the bolt throwers and end them, which I'm fine with. The warriors and a BSB, they moved up just a bit there just to try to get a different angle on either the executioners or the witch elves. The chariot, the demon prince, and the mutalith all kind of prepare to go after the executioners just in case they do charge the dogs. And my knights, they don't move up very much because the Kardashian's looking right at them. There was no way I could move and get out of the Kardashian's forward arc, so I kind of leave them right where they're at because I did not want that thing charging me. Strength 7 is rough. During my magic phase, the beast gets his spell off on the bleak swords, and I roll a 6. Oh, I love the beast! The beast! How can you not love the beast? How could you play without the beast? Oh my god, he's so good! But yes, the spell goes off and I roll a 6 on his bleak swords. And 9 die. 9 elves bite it. And I believe the sorceress takes a wound as well, which is outstanding. Just outstanding. So, of course, I have another spawn, and he's in the back, but I didn't get a really good picture of him. To further my magic phase, I cast Infernal Gateway on the Warlocks, thinking that he would just pull some Dispel dice. Well, I casted Irresistible, so poop. So they end up taking, like, 13 strength 10 attacks because I roll an 11 for the strength, and 4 of them die because he makes a poop load of 4 up wards. But the Warp Flame part comes along and he fails his toughness check, takes 2 more wounds, 1 gets through, and the Warlocks are dead, which is awesome. What is this? Bottom of 1, and the Warlocks have been handled. It's only 125 points, but I've literally killed a caster at the bottom of 1, which is huge. A fast cav caster, no less. However, during my miscast roll, I roll a 4. We don't even bother rolling for the wound because I immediately roll a die and I roll a 1. So Fune the Flame Warper goes back into the warp for more training, which sucks. It was a 1-for-1 swap, and my opponent ended up with 75 more points of caster off the table than I did. So, not really a fair trade. He robbed me a little bit, but in all fairness, it's mostly my fault. So, what can you do? Little bit of bonus though is the mass panic checks. Both units of Dark Riders fail their panic check because the Warlocks died within 6 inches of them, and they flee in the directions you're looking. However, the Bolt Throwers both passed their panic check, so it was no big deal. So here's top of 2 after movement, and as you can see, there has literally been none. I mean, absolutely none. The Kardashian shifted a little bit, and that's it. Of course, he rallied both of his Dark Riders, but yeah, there's no movement whatsoever. So now I'm like, well, crap, what do I do? Yeah, like I said, both units of Dark Riders rally, and they just turn to face because it was not Feign Flight. So we go to bottom of 2, since he was too much of a coward to do anything. And both my Warriors and my BSB charged Witch Elves. It was a long charge. I think I needed like a 10 for the Warriors and a 9 for the BSB, and neither of them come close. The Spawn goes after the Dark Riders and misses them by an inch. Meanwhile, my Knights slam into the Kardashian, I think. Perhaps not. No, they don't slam into the Kardashian. I apologize. They move up to get into the Kardashian. Yeah, there's a better picture of the BSB and the Warriors failing to charge into the Witches. Magic was a bust, so we go to top of 3, and the Kardashian charges the dogs. The dogs fail their terror check and decide to flee for their lives, which is totally understandable. But they don't flee very far. They only go about 6 inches, which isn't enough to bounce them through the Witches and the Warriors that are now in combat, because the Witches make their charge. Meanwhile, the Kardashian fails his charge. He fails to redirect to anything, so he sits right there where the Warriors have a beautiful flank charge on him. The Executioners come up a little bit, and the Bleak Swords sit there and wonder what the hell they're doing on the field. Meanwhile, the Forsaken get charged by Dark Riders because there's only 3 of them left, and he thinks he's got it. And that's really about it. Yep, there's a better picture of the Witches making it into the Warriors, and I'm thinking they're Strength 3. I've got a 3-up, 5-up. I should be okay in this fight. There shouldn't be any reason that I die in this fight. Right there's my Forsaken slammed into by the Dark Riders. However, during his magic phase, and let me tell you, his magic phase was just flawless. He gets Transmutation let off on the Warriors, and he gets Enchanted Blades off on the Witches. I did try to stop these spells. Unfortunately, my dice were not team players. It is what it is, but I still think that with a 4-up, 5-up, I've got this. I'm hoping that I've got this, but, well, you'll see. During his magic phase, the Enchanted Blade spells that he cast, he rolled Irresistible Force for. He rolls a 7, so I think 3 more Bleak Swords die, and his magic phase ends. But that unit is becoming more and more manageable every time he casts, so I'm okay with that. During combat, however, I'm only with the Forsaken, I'm only able to kill 1 of the Dark Riders, and he's able to kill 2 of the Forsaken, which really sucks. He ends up winning this combat, but believe it or not, they stay because the BSB and the Demon Prince are right there. Right here. Oh my God, these Warriors. Oh, they used to be so good. I don't know what happened. I guess they just got fat and lazy due to success and stuff. I don't know. I'm trying so hard not to lose faith in them, but it's quickly depleting because, you know what? It might be a message from Tzeentch that it's time for me to move on to a different core choice because they're pissing me off. I lose, what is that? 10 guys. Yeah, 10 guys die. Anybody want to guess how many witches die? Go ahead, take a guess. I'll wait. Yeah, none. None. Not a freaking one. I flubbed so remarkably. Now, granted, the witches were hitting on rerollable 2s and wounding on, well, 5s. But, yeah. Nothing. Not one. So, I lose this combat. I'm not steadfast. And I break and get run down. I got nothing. I wish I could offer you an excuse. I wish I could say that my dice are the problem, but my dice are rolling fine this game. Witches against warriors, that should have been a one-sided combat, even with his spells off. I should have done a lot better than that. But yeah, 10 warriors die. I kill no witches in return, and I die. They get run down. I don't even know what to say. So yeah, we go to bottom of 3. And as you can see at this point, I'm like, F it, I'm going for it. The BSB runs up to give the bolt throwers something to shoot at. The Demon Prince goes in the Executioners because why not? I think my Chariot tried to charge too and failed. The Marauders with Ashkiss move up simply because they want to get in range for some of his spells. And my Knights slam into the flank of the Kardashian because I'm, why not? Balls to the wall. Might as well go for it. Time for some Hail Marys. During my magic phase, I'm able to get Enfeebling Foe off on the Executioners and lower their strength by 2, so they're now strength 4, which is outstanding. Yep, there's a better picture of that card right there. Sorry, that was just supposed to be a better picture of the Demon Prince getting into the Executioners. But you saw it, so we're good. And there's a better picture right there of the Knights. I know they look like Marauder Horsemen, but no, they're Knights. My wife is painting them. And Lady Elizabeth slamming into the Kardashian. And the idea here was I go before the Kardashian with Elizabeth. So with her strength 5, she's got the sort of change. I know a lot of people give me flack for that. And I understand, but I like it. So, But yeah, Lady Elizabeth goes first with 4 attacks. She should be able to wound him once or twice, which would be great. And then all the Knights, I've got 9 attacks. We go Simo, the Kardashian should die. Or I should win combat. His leadership is only 5. I don't remember if his Lord was in range or not, but his leadership is pretty low if the Lord's not around. Even if he is around, with Charge, Flank, Banner, and maybe 2 wounds, I'm winning by 5. I'm hoping I can make some armor saves. I'm hoping that with needing 4s, he doesn't wound that much. But that was the plan here. I figured I had this combat. And then, of course, the Spawn. He changes directions and goes after the Sorceress because she's on the flank there. And I just thought, you know what? She's got 1 wound left. I'm going in. Why not? So, yeah, we go into combat. And I got nothing for you. I am able to do 2 wounds to the Kardashian. Yeah, 1 from Elizabeth and 1 from the Knights. The Knights get slaughtered. 4 of them die. And I hit a whole bunch. I hit with all of them a whole bunch. But I'm only able to wound twice. I'm only able to roll 4s twice. It was actually a little disgusting. My dice turned on me so completely that, yeah, the Kardashian actually won this combat. And my opponent didn't turn to face. I think he just forgot, to be honest with you. But, yeah, really discouraging combat for the Knights and Lady Elizabeth. It's the first time they've ever failed me, so I'm pretty sure it's just a fluke. But yeah, really disappointing. In fact, I think I end up losing this combat, but we stay. The Spawn, on the other hand, right here, is able to kill his Supreme Sorceress and doesn't take any trouble or any wounds for his trouble. But let's see, charge, flank, and a wound to, I think, nothing. They lose by 3, but they need a 7, and because their general's literally right there, and they make it no problem. I think he rolls like a 3. Combat over here, my Demon Prince, he swings and he does like 1 wound. It's almost it's so negligible, it's depressing. He flubs pretty bad. He makes some of his 6-up ward saves. I think honestly the wound on him was done by his Dreadlord. I'm not sure if we're in a challenge or not. I can't remember. But yeah, he does nothing to the Dreadlord whatsoever. My dice have just started to turn on me, and it's really bad. He wins that combat, but I'm unbreakable, so I don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, the final Forsaken, he's able to kill 1 of the Dark Riders, but they're able to kill him off. No, they don't kill him off. They run him down because he loses combat. Yeah, because I do a wound. I'm really not sure how that worked out. I'm not really sure how I lost this combat. I did a wound. He would have lost by 1. I got nothing. I don't even know. Oh no, that's right. I'm an idiot. He rolled always strikes first, so they went Simo. My bad. I'm like, how the hell did that work? I was confusing. I'm sorry. Listen, I've been at work. I may have had a couple of beers. It's been a few days, so I apologize. If this one's not up to snuff, at least it'll be entertaining, right? So, sorry guys. and gals. Here's top of 4 after movement, and again, I'm just going for it. The BSB slams into the Dark Riders because they're there. Well, I'm sorry, yeah, the Dark Riders slam into the BSB because he's there. Let me get that right. Other than that, everything's in combat or just kind of swoops around. The Witch Elves turn to face the Marauders because they want to kill him, and the remaining Dark Riders that just killed the Forsaken are looking at the dogs. During his magic phase, he rolls 5 dice to dispel Enfeebling Foe, and there are the dice as they sit. He Yahtzeed 5 sixes. If that spell was any more dispelled, he would have destroyed it. It was cool enough to take a picture of. I thought it was neat. During his shooting phase, the dogs catch 4 arrows. One of them survives, and he actually makes his break check because the Demon Prince is right there, so that's awesome. Yeah, right here. Very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating. I roll all 6 of my attacks. I miss with all 6 attacks. Well, no, I'm sorry. I hit with like 5 attacks, but I'm not able to wound so much as once. He attacks back. He puts a wound on Lady Elizabeth. He actually stalemates this one because I have a flank and a banner. He does. No, I'm sorry. He loses by 1, but his general's still within range, so he sticks. He still doesn't turn to face me because he's kind of giggling now. Incredibly frustrating combat. In this situation, my dice have turned on me completely. Over here in this combat, the Bleak Swords are able to kill off the spawn, and that's fine. He was a free spawn from the Mutilus spell. He was able to kill a Lord Choice, or finish off a Lord Choice. I'm perfectly fine with this. He dies, but he did well. Over here... the Demon Prince gets killed. Not by the Demon Blade or anything else clever or fun or anything of this sort. He just gets slaughtered. He does 3 wounds to the Demon Prince. I don't make any of my saves, and the Demon Prince dies. I got so mad, I kind of flung the Demon Prince into the house. I usually don't lose my cool like that, but I absolutely cannot effing stand it when my models fail me like that. I know they're inanimate objects. I understand that it was dice. But you don't understand how incredibly insane I am, and I believe that the dice show me just how well the actual unit in some parallel universe is doing. And the Demon Prince failed, so I needed to punish him by flinging him into the house. Yeah, really pissed off at the Demon Prince for failing like that. Not making 1 save. He was strength 6. I needed a 4-up or a 5-up. Just 1 save, and I would have been able to make my attacks. Nope. Nope, not a damn thing. He kills my Demon Prince. He puts the final 3 wounds on him. Final 3 wounds. I say it like that. I love it. And there's nothing I can do about it other than just be pissed. So, yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Don't cry for him. Don't you dare cry for him. So we go to bottom of 4 after movement, and this is what it looks like. My chariot slammed into the executioners because that was the plans from the get-go. The dog moves over to get in the way of the Witch Elves so that maybe the Marauders can hit him in the flank or the rear or something like that. Either would be better. Ashkus ends up kind of moving over and looking over to their flank because he doesn't want to be in the Marauder unit when they get charged. I know his bolt throwers could possibly shoot at me, but they have to be able to see me. And behind the BSB, the Dark Riders, the Witches, not only is it long range, but it's hard cover if they can even see me. So I figure he's safe enough there. But yeah, that's about it. There's a better picture of the chariot slamming into the executioners. Yay! And there's more of the BSB in with the Dark Riders. I don't remember what happened last turn. Yeah, I got nothing. Oh no, that was it. The Dark Riders didn't charge. God, I am sorry. I should have taken notes. The Dark Riders did not charge my BSB. They moved within an inch of the BSB, so that he had no choice but to charge them. So that's what happened. The BSB slams into the Dark Riders in this one. I'm stupid, and I like to prove it on the internet. Yay! During magic, I'm able to get the enfeebling foe off on the executioners, and I lower their strength by 3. It was irresistibly forced, so that was huge. So I'm thinking, great, the Mutilith and the chariot are going to be fine against the executioners now because they're strength 2, 3, something crazy like that. So awesome, right? During the miscast, I miscast 11 and I lose 1 wizard level, so Ashkiss is now a level 2 Sorcerer Lord. Yeah, so we go into combat, and we do some damage, and it's all from impact hits. I think I do like 5 impact hits worth of wounds. The Executioners needing 3s to hit the Mutalith and 4s to hit the Chariot, and then 6s to wound both. Not only are they able to put 2 wounds on the Chariot and I think like 3 or 4 wounds on the Mutalith, they win this combat by a boatload. The Mutalith flubs, the Chariot flubs, and the Chariot ends up staying, but the Mutalith flees. Their strength effing 3, people. And yeah, I flub so badly that I literally throw up a little bit in my mouth. I don't even know what to say, do, or think. It's like just heartbreaking over here. To make matters worse, my final knight dies at a Kardashian. Elizabeth does nothing. She hits 4 times, and on 4 dice, needing 4s to wound, I don't roll 1. I have a flank to his wound. It's a stalemate. We stand there and look at each other. It's disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. In this combat, the BSB is able to kill 3. He doesn't take any wounds for his trouble, but they make their break test, so they don't even break. So yeah. I'm just disgusted with my dice right now. So we go to top of 5 after movement, and there really hasn't been any. Everything's in combat, and everything that's not, there's a real reason for it to move, so it doesn't. His magic phase is basically skipped, so his Dark Riders shoot up the dog and kill him. The Kardashian is easily able to finish off Elizabeth because that's just the kind of game I'm having. So she's dead now after doing literally nothing to the Kardashian. Yeah, he's got 2 wounds on him. He's fine. 160 points just took out almost 550. So yeah, explain that one to me. The Chariot dies. Yeah, it's gone. And yeah, what can you do? But the good thing is the Dark Riders die. Yay! Nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. And the BSB turns to look at the flank of the Executioners, because why not, right? Why not? So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and why not? The Marauders go into the Witches, and the BSB goes into the flank of the Executioners, because I'm out of give a F. I'm just completely out. Nothing else is working. Everything is dead from just raw, terrible dice rolls. And it is what it is, you know? There's a better picture of the Marauders getting ready to just get face stomped by these witches. Well, with the assassin in there. So yeah, we all know how this is gonna end. There's the BSB. Just, you know what? Everyone else is dead. I might as well go too. During my magic phase, I'm able to do Malakos Mystifying Miasma on all of the stats of the witches and the assassin, but it only goes down by 1, so it's negligible at best. And yeah, every single Marauder dies before they can do anything. Just every single one just gets completely destroyed, which was inevitable. However, in this combat, the BSB is able to win. I think I kill his BSB in a challenge, or just he refused to challenge and I'm able to win this combat. He's steadfast. No, I'm able to kill his BSB. That's what happens. He accepts the challenge with his BSB. I kill his BSB. He rolls a 12 for his break test, and I'm like, oh my god, I might get this. So they break. I pursue. He runs. My BSB goes 10 inches. I'm like, I've got this, dude. You need to roll an 11 or 12 on 2 dice. He proceeds to roll an 11 and gets away by an inch. He gets away by an inch. I didn't know what to do. I was like, wow, to have that many points flee from me. I roll a 10 to pursue. A 10. That literally could have turned this whole game around and made it maybe a tie, you know? I don't think it would have been a victory, but it could have been a tie. That would have been huge. The Cauldron, the Death Hag, the General, and the Executioners. Oh my god, that would have been huge. But no, it turned out to be nothing, in short, which is a story of my life, I know. But yeah, I needed a break. I literally was just kind of like, I'm done, keep the army, and I walked out. No, it was all in good fun. We had a pretty good laugh about it, actually. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. But if you knew my opponent, you would know that this is his sense of humor. If he had control over his dice, he would have done something like this just to dangle the carrot. You know, it would have been like, oh, look, the executioners are fleeing. Oh, you missed them by an inch. He would do something like that. Everybody who knows him who's listening to this right now is nodding their head in agreement. In fact, he is laughing and nodding his head in agreement right now, and he doesn't know why. But yeah, it was that. It was just the kind of game it was, and yeah, I'm just glad I could get photo proof because no one would ever believe me otherwise. Needless to say, I wasn't mentally fit to take pictures at this point, so due to a massive hissy fit at this point, I forget to take a picture of the top of turn 6 after movement. I'm not apologizing. This ass whooping I'm receiving is punishment enough. But I did want to put this cool picture up there, and I did want to let everybody know why there's no top of turn 6, because my mind was literally blown, and I forgot to take a picture. I'm sorry. I still think you're probably enjoying this, though. However, this is still top of 6, as you can see from the turn counter. And yeah, his bolt throwers open up and staple Ashicus to the ground. The beast gets charged, or was charged by the witches, and they're able to literally just tear him to pieces. He only had 1 wound left thanks to strength 3 executioners and a dreadlord, but you know what can you do? It is what it is. So yep, there's the beast, and it always breaks my heart when my beast dies. Him you can cry for. You have my permission. So here's bottom of 6 after movement, and it's really not much. The witches don't really bother to move. Nothing really bothers to move. The Kardashian comes around, and the Executioner's charge to BSB because, let's face it, they're Dark Elves. They murder things. There's a bit of picture of the Executioners slamming into the BSB. I don't believe the Kardashian is in this combat. I'm almost positive he's not. During this combat, my BSB accepts a challenge from his Dreadlord. And his Dreadlord is easily able to get me to roll at least 1-2, and he kills my BSB before he can do anything, and that's the game. I am completely tabled. He has almost everything left. A little disappointing. I definitely see some changes to the list I want to make. I definitely am angry at my dice right now. I do know that I made some mistakes, but all in all, it was an eye opener. It was a difficult game to go through because of all the just fail that was hitting on my side of the table. However, I did get to kill some elves, and that's always a positive. So a handful of demons, let's face it, only a handful got their wings, but some did, and that's what's important. Alrighty, quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Look at the banners. You want the banners. You need the banners. You can't live without the banners. So quit trying. Send this guy an email. Jump on his Facebook page. He's even got a Pinterest page somewhere out there. Go to Pinterest, type in the banner guy. You'll find it. And just let him get the ball rolling. Just say, hey, dude, this is what I got. This is what I need. What can you do for me? And he's going to be like, hey, dude, or dudette. Thanks for the email. Really appreciate it. And here's what I can do for you. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. And you're going to be like, whoa! And he's going to be like, yeah! And you're going to be like, that's so cool. Totally. Send him an email. Totally worth it. That's right, guys. Get yourself some tokens, wound counters, augment markers, hex markers, status effects, status ailments, different things like potions, hellfire swords, demon blades, anything that could hurt you, anything that shouldn't hurt you, stupidity markers, whatever you need, whatever you have to have. Send this girl an email. Tell her what you need for any game system, anything at all. They're all these glass, beads and stuff like that. They magnify the picture. They're easy to read. They're cool to have. They're better than dice, I can tell you that much. And they're dirt cheap at under $10, but they're solid gold quality. Send her an email. Get the ball rolling, get yourself some tokens. And unless you live in America, don't bother because the shipping fees are like $30+. But I mean, if you're cool with an exceptionally high shipping fees, throw her an email, see what she'll say. But I'm telling you, if not, I'm sorry. Maybe do like a big mass thing and have somebody else send them to you, or come to America, get yourself some tokens. But yeah, guys, you won't regret it. In the end, after all was said and done and the dust settled, Lord Tremendous was nowhere to be found on the table because he was defeated. I got tabled, and it hurts. Warriors of Chaos lost everything. Yep, not one speck of chaos was left on the table. Well, chaos human, anyway. The Dark Elves did lose a little bit. They lost one unit of Dark Riders. They lost their BSB, their Supreme Sorceress, the Warlocks, and a little bit of respect for me. Yeah. He spit in my eye afterwards. I think it was on purpose. It started off well, and then my dice just got mad at me or something. I must have said something about circles. I don't even know. Something happened though, and my dice were just like, "Yep, we've had enough of you, scumbag. We're gonna go ahead." Maybe they're Dark Elf fans. I don't know. The Knights getting killed to the Kardashian. That hurt. I couldn't wound. I needed 4s to wound, and I couldn't do it. And I had so many dice. I was hitting so many times. That Kardashian is so beat up right now, but not dead, and that's the problem. What a wonderful model, though, huh? It took a charge from a unit of knights with an exalted hero in the flank for 3 or 4 rounds of combat, and not only did it win, but it pulverized the unit. That is a hell of a model. I do like the Kardashian. My Demon Prince flubbed like a pro. Look at me, pro. To hit, to wound, saves, so frustrating. I rely on him, and he failed me. No. But you know what? It was still fun. I enjoyed the game. I did. As much as I'm bitching like a spoiled brat, and I am a spoiled brat. Let's be honest. It was still fun. I love the game. This is a great opponent. I'm thrilled to be playing this guy again. So all in all, I'm not complaining. If I didn't love my dice so much, however, I would have a nice 3-minute video of them on fire in a grill. But it took me a while to collect all these dice. I really, really like my dice. Unfortunately, they don't always roll outstanding. And let's face it, I win with a lot of luck, and my luck right now is on a downward slump. But you know what? It is what it is. We were only playing for $4,000, and he accepts checks that are made of rubber, so it all worked out. My opponent is doing great, though. I'm thrilled to see how quickly he remembered how to play and how much of a challenge he is. I'm really enjoying that. I'm looking forward to the rematch. My dice watch as I burned another die just to let him know who's boss. And, I don't care what you say about inanimate objects. They have feelings, and sometimes you have to get down in there and scare the hell out of them. Fear works. Fear is a powerful motivator. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for number 61 here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Maybe a little bit more. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, by all means, put them in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can because, well, I really enjoy chatting with you guys. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, thanks.